Question 8 asks us to find the height of the tree in this diagram below. And so looking at this picture we've been given, the first thing we want to see is that we have essentially two triangles here. One is this small one here, and the other one is this larger one that uses the tree as one of its sides. So looking at these two triangles, we can see that they share an angle here, and they also both have a right angle here. So this means that these triangles have two angles that match up exactly. And so we know that by the angle rule, that means that these triangles are similar. Okay, so now that we know that these triangles are similar, we can be confident that the sides of the triangles, must match by a ratio k. Sorry, my writing's kind of messy there. So if we look at this first small triangle we have here, we've been given this lower side of the triangle and been told it's 40, and this should match up with the long side of this bigger triangle, which is 120 plus 40. So we can come up with an expression to find out our ratio k by saying k is equal to 40 over 120 plus 40. And adding those numbers on the bottom gives us 160. 40 divided by 160 is 0.25. So that means our ratio k is 0.25, and we know that this has to be true for all sides of the triangle. So since we want to know the height of this tree here, I'm going to call that h, we can set up another ratio where we can say that this value here, 10, and h must match up with the same ratio k as we found here. So we can write that out by saying k equals 0.25 is equal to 10 over h. And I want to be careful here. I want to make sure that I'm always putting either my small side on the top in both cases or my big side on the top in both cases, but keeping it consistent. So in this case, I put the smaller side on the top of my ratio. So in this case, I want to do the same. I can see that this side is going to be smaller than h, so I want to put it on the top. Now I can evaluate for h. So I'm going to multiply both sides of this equation by h. That's going to cancel it out here, move it over to the other side. I'm going to get 0.25h is equal to 10. Then dividing by 0.25 on both sides gives me h is equal to 40. So to answer the question, here the height of the tree is 40. We haven't been given units here, so that is sufficient for the answer to question 8.